ज़बरदस्त ट्रीट लेकर आ रहे हैं। एक स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं जो जवाब देंगे उन सवालों के जो आपने हमसे पूछे थे। ये गेस्ट कौन है? इनका नाम है डॉक्टर नील सेल्टमैन और वो अमेरिका में रिसाइकलिंग के एक एक्सपर्ट हैं और कम्युनिटी लेवल पर सस्टेनेबल रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट के एक एक्सपर्ट माने जाते हैं। इन्होंने अमेरिका में गुज़श्ता 50 साल के अरसे में रिसाइकलिंग की मुहिम के ऊपर किताब भी लिखी है और ये जवाब देंगे आपके सवालों का जो कि आपने हमसे पूछे थे। लेकिन इससे पहले अ बिग शाउट आउट टू नौशहरा। क्यों? इसलिए क्योंकि हमें ज़ैनुल आबिदीन ने लिखा था और ज़ैनुल आबिदीन नौशहरा में सेकेंड ईयर के स्टूडेंट हैं और कहते हैं कि वो और उनके साथी पाकिस्तान में शामिल होना चाहते हैं क्योंकि वो पाकिस्तान के लिए कुछ करना चाहते हैं। तो ज़ैन और उन जैसे दूसरे तलबा के लिए ये पैगाम है कि वो प्लीज़ कांटेक्ट करें WWF को। WWF का एड्रेस है park@wwf.org.pk और मैं आपके लिए स्पेल कर देती हूँ ताकि आप लिख सकें। ये है PAAK@wwf.org.pk। उन्हें बताएं कि आप किस शहर से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं और आपके शहर से कितने लोग शामिल होना चाहते हैं। सो सेंड इन योर रजिस्ट्रेशन एंड वी विल गिव यू अ शाउट आउट एज वेल। तो चलते हैं अपने मेहमान की तरफ जो हमारे साथ स्काइप पर मौजूद हैं। डॉक्टर सेल्टमैन, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस एंड वेलकम टू द शो।
My pleasure. Thank you.
Now, I would like to start this discussion with a comment on my Facebook page by Prince Nakash. And Prince Nakash had said that recycling is a very big issue, especially in Pakistan, because things are not properly recycled, and that causes a lot of problems for us. Prince Nakash कह रहे हैं कि पाकिस्तान में recycling ना होने की वजह से health के बहुत से problems हो सकते हैं. So Dr. Seldman, my question to you is, how critical is recycling to the health and well-being of a community?
I think it's not only critical, but it's fundamental for two reasons. As you indicated in your initial quote, if you don't take care of these materials, they become a burden in several ways. They could become street litter. They fill up landfills. Landfills are dangerous places. They give off gas, polluted liquids, etc. And of course, once you landfill something, you can't use that material, so you have to use more energy and material resources to produce new products. On the positive side, if you do recycle, you avoid a lot of problems as well as creating the opportunity for value added through the processing and refurbishing of products and materials. The key is collecting the materials in a separate form. If you collect all garbage materials together, it's garbage. If you collect things separately, organic waste separated from metals, glass and plastic, and paper, then you have these raw materials to attract businesses. I'll give you one example. In the city of Reading, Pennsylvania, in the United States, that's on the East Coast, in the mid-Atlantic part of the United States, the city of Reading now controls the recyclables it collects. Because of that, it's keeping its white paper, its high-grade paper, very clean. And there's a Canadian company that's interested in building a small-scale paper mill because it could get that paper from the city. And that paper mill will create 100 jobs. And it's a very clean technology, no pollution. So by collecting the material properly, the city of Reading is not only avoiding landfill, but it's actually creating jobs and economic stimulation in the city.
Now, we will talk a little bit more about how recycling creates jobs, but I would just like to quickly give our viewers the gist of what you just said in Urdu.
Sure.
डॉक्टर सेल्टमैन कह रहे हैं कि रिसाइकलिंग करना बहुत ज़रूरी है और लैंडफिल्स में जब एक दफ़ा आप कूड़ा करकट डाल देते हैं तो वो ज़ाया हो जाता है, उसको इस्तेमाल नहीं किया जा सकता। और उसकी जगह अगर आप रिसाइकलिंग करते हैं तो आप वैल्यू एडेड कर सकते हैं, आप रिसाइकल शुदा मटेरियल को दूसरी तरह से भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। लेकिन इसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप जब रिसाइकलिंग के लिए सामान जमा करें तो मेटल्स अलग हों, ऑर्गेनिक सामान अलग हो। ऑर्गेनिक से मतलब खाने पीने की अशिया अलग हों, प्लास्टिक की चीज़ें अलग हों, क्योंकि जब ये चीज़ें अलग अलग होती हैं तो बिजनेसेस के पास ज़्यादा इंसेंटिव होता है कि वो इस सामान को इकट्ठा करें, इस सामान को ख़रीदें और रिसाइकिल करें। So, Dr. Seldman, you were talking about how recycling creates jobs, and can you talk to us a little bit more about how that happens?
Sure. When you collect your raw material, the materials from the waste stream separately, you have a raw material. And as a similar raw material that you may get out of the ground or out of the forest, in order to make that raw material into a valuable product, you have to do things to it. You have to mulch, you have to pulp paper, you have to process plastic, etc. And each time you add a process, you create jobs and economic value. My colleague Brenda Platt at the Institute for Local Self-Reliance calculated, after interviewing over 100 companies, that for every 10,000 tons of materials landfilled or incinerated, one job is created. For every 10,000 tons of material that's composted or recycled, 5 to 10 jobs are created. And then when those materials go to agriculture and industry for making new products, hundreds of jobs are created. If you take 10,000 tons of computers and put it in a landfill, you'll create one job. If you recycle those, you will create maybe 10 jobs. But if you refurbish them and bring them back to reuse, you create over 300 jobs. So that, and each step of the way, you create value, you create jobs. And in the United States, these jobs are creating what we call living wage jobs, $14 an hour or more. In the United States, the minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. If you work full time, you're still under the poverty line. So we only work with companies that pay at least $14 an hour so people can get above the poverty line.
Now, what you said about the statistics for job creation are very important, and I would really like to tell the audience more about them.
Sure.
डॉक्टर सेल्डमैन कह रहे हैं कि अमेरिका में जब 10,000 टन कूड़ा लैंडफिल में डाला जाता है तो उससे एक नौकरी पैदा होती है, लेकिन अगर 10,000 टन कूड़ा रिसाइकिल किया जाता है तो उससे तकरीबन 5 से 10 नौकरियां पैदा होती हैं, मुलाजमतें पैदा होती हैं। और जब इस रिसाइकिल शुदा सामान को दोबारा इस्तेमाल में लाया जाता है तो उससे तकरीबन 300 मुलाजमतें पैदा होती हैं। Now that's a very big incentive because that's a lot of job creation and a lot of job growth. But on a related note, मुझे काफ़ी लोगों ने ये सवाल भी पूछा है जो रिसाइकलिंग के बारे में जानते हैं और वो समझते हैं कि रिसाइकलिंग से आप it's profitable, लेकिन वो ये नहीं समझते कि क्या तमाम किस्म का कूड़ा प्रॉफिटेबल हो सकता है। तो ये सवाल हम डॉक्टर सेल्डमैन से पूछते हैं। Now, Dr. Seldman, I have received several questions from people who understand how recycling can lead to cash, but they're not convinced that all kinds of waste is created equal. Is that true?
Of course, it is very true, and some types of waste materials in the waste stream rather that use have a long-term payback. Others have an immediate payback. For example, right now on the world market, metals are very valuable. Over the last few months, the price has come down a little bit, but it's still very, very high. So if a community recycles its metal, it will get immediate cash for its materials if the metal is segregated from other waste materials. When you look at organic matter, food waste, agricultural growth waste, that takes a little bit longer time to get the value out because you have to compost it and then use the compost to grow flowers, to grow food, which of course are very valuable. So that process takes a little more time. So in the immediate value of the organic waste is not as valuable as the immediate value of the metal. But in the longer term, over a year or so, the organic matter can be extremely valuable. In my part of the United States, the Mid-Atlantic East Coast area, good compost that doesn't have contamination in it, it's very foamy and has good black, it's very black, nutrition in it, it sells for $100 a ton. Compost that has dirty, has plastic and glass in it, you have to pay someone to come and take it and clean it up. So if you keep your organics separate, you could get a whole series of products out of it that are very valuable, including methane gas through the digestion process.
Now, can this methane gas be used as a fuel?
I didn't hear your question. I'm sorry.
Can this methane gas that we get out of composting be used as a fuel?
Absolutely. It could be used as a fuel, as methane gas to sell it to the gas companies to put back in their pipelines. It could be used to generate electricity on site. it could be used as a liquid or solid form for fuels for vehicles. In the United States, most of the large garbage hauling companies are transforming all of their garbage trucks from diesel to either liquid or solid methane fuels.
Mhm. Now that's quite a lot of information, and I'm going to take just a
Sure.
minute to give our audience the gist of it in Urdu. डॉक्टर सेल्समैन का कहना है कि काफ़ी जो ये रिसाइकलेबल मटेरियल्स होते हैं डिपेंड करता है कि किस मटेरियल की बात कर रहे हैं। अगर धात की आप बात करें तो मेटल्स बहुत वैल्यूबल हैं, उसकी आपको कीमत मिल जाएगी इंटरनेशनल मार्केट पे। उसके अलावा अगर आप ऑर्गेनिक मैटर या खाने पीने की अशिया इस किस्म की चीज़ों की बात करते हैं तो उसमें थोड़ा टाइम लगता है। टाइम कितना लगता है? तकरीबन 1 साल तक लग सकता है, लेकिन आप एक दफ़ा कंपोस्ट कर दें, उसकी खाद बना दें, उसमें से ना सिर्फ आपके पास खाद होगी बल्कि आप कंपोस्टिंग के प्रोसेस के दौरान मेथेन गैस भी पैदा होती है, जो कि डॉक्टर सेल्टमैन कहते हैं कि बिजली की पैदावार या गाड़ियों में फ्यूल के तौर पर इस्तेमाल की जा सकती है, विच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि फ्यूल एक ऐसा कुदरती ज़रिया है जो कि कम बढ़ता जा रहा है और ऑल्टरनेट फ्यूल के ऊपर काफ़ी रिसर्च की जा रही है, बट दैट्स अ कंटिन्यूइंग डिस्कशन। नाउ डॉक्टर सेल्टमैन, you have helped communities and businesses turn trash to cash. Are there any success stories that you would like to share with the audience?
Yes, there are many. The paper mill locating in Reading, Pennsylvania is one of them. I have many more, but I'll give you just a few more. In Gainesville, Florida, which is in the southeastern part of the United States, the city collects electronic scrap from households separately and delivers it to a non-profit group that uses sheltered workshops, people with handicaps, to employ them to separate the different types of metals and sell it to market. So that's a very good project that we like. In another city, in Poughkeepsie, New York, which is also in the mid-Atlantic East Coast area, the city just gave 4 acres of property to a company called Greenway, which composts the organic waste, and they're building an urban agriculture center around using composted food. They use a number of techniques, including vermicomposting, which is the use of worms to digest organic matter. In California, there are a number of excellent projects because the state of California has created recycling market development zones, which are actually industrial parks that give benefits to recycling companies that locate. One of the companies that we're working with produces this pavement material out of old tires, and it allows the water to flow through into the ground rather than flowing into the sewage treatment, which saves hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. There are so many projects going on, building deconstruction, taking down buildings, preserving the wood, the cement for future buildings. There are over 300 of these companies in the United States that were created in the past 10 years alone. The hardest thing to do in recycling is to decide to recycle. And then entrepreneurialism and common sense takes over.
Now, Dr. Selman, before I move on to the next question, I would like to take just 1 minute.
Sure.
डॉक्टर सेल्टमैन ने हमें बताया है कि न्यूयॉर्क और ईस्ट कोस्ट के इलाके पर किस तरह से रिसाइकलिंग की मुख्तलिफ कोशिशें जारी हैं, और उन्होंने हमें दिखाया कि किस तरह से पुराने टायर से पेवमेंट मटेरियल बनाया जा सकता है। सो दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। और उन्होंने बताया कि पिछले कुछ सालों में 300 कंपनियां ऐसी बनाई गई हैं जो कि रिसाइकलिंग करती हैं। नाउ डॉक्टर सेल्टमैन, जस्ट वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन।
Sure.
What is it that motivates communities to recycle, to actually come in and set up a business for recycling?
This is a fundamental and very good question, because in the United States, the pattern of behavior over the last 30 years in the recycling movement has been that the environmental concerns have been at the top of people's minds, and they've been pushing in the United States, as I'm sure in Pakistan as well, for environmental improvement. But it is only when the recycling is economically viable that it takes off. So it's a combination of environmental concern and the need for U.S. cities, and I'm sure Pakistan cities, to create jobs for residents, because as you know, we're suffering in a very severe recession. and jobs are very hard to find. The other thing we have found that jobs in recycling usually pay more than the minimum wage. And as I said earlier, the minimum wage in the United States is a wage that keeps you under the poverty line or in poverty, and therefore recycling jobs are important because people with no skills can get involved in them, get trained. And I'll give you one more example. There's a wonderful company in Eugene, Oregon, which is on the west coast of the United States, just north of California. The name of the company is St. Vincent de Paul of Eugene, Oregon. They have over 500 workers, and they pay $14 an hour plus health benefits. What they do is repair appliances, furniture, mattresses, etc. So not only do they create jobs in repairing, but when they sell these products, the people of Eugene can get very good used products at very low costs. So as a result of St. Vincent de Paul being active in that city, they have lowered the cost of living by 3%.
Thank you so much for sharing those success stories with us, Dr. Selman. I'm going to quickly give the audience an idea of what you just said. डॉक्टर सेल्टमैन कह रहे हैं कि गुज़िश्ता कुछ सालों से एनवायरनमेंट यानी माहौल जो है वो लोगों के कंसर्न्स की लिस्ट पे बिल्कुल ऊपर है, लेकिन कम्युनिटी सिर्फ उस वक्त रिसाइकलिंग में हिस्सा लेना शुरू करती हैं जब ये इकोनॉमिकली वायबल होता है, जब लोगों को इससे कोई फ़ायदा होता है। और वो कहते हैं कि इसमें जॉब्स बहुत क्रिएट होते हैं जो कि इस माहौल में, इक़्तिसादी माहौल में बहुत ज़रूरी हैं, क्योंकि रिसाइकलिंग से जॉब्स पैदा होते हैं और रिसाइकलिंग के शोबे में दूसरे शोबों की निस्बत मिनिमम वेज भी ज़्यादा होती है। So thank you so much, Dr. Selman, for joining us, and we really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today and answering our questions.
Well, thank you for making me so fluent in Urdu.
It's my pleasure.
My pleasure. You're very good at both languages. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us. Join us again next week, same time. Looking forward to seeing you. तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़। क्लियर स्पेल कर देती हूँ ताकि आप लिख सकें। यह है paak@wwf.org.pk। उन्हें बताएं कि आपके शहर से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं और आपके शहर से कितने लोग शामिल होना चाहते हैं। So send in your registrations and we will give you a shout out as well. तो चलते हैं अपने मेहमान की तरफ जो हमारे साथ स्काइप पर मौजूद हैं। डॉक्टर सेल्मन, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस एंड वेलकम टू द शो।
My pleasure. Thank you.
Now, I would like to start this discussion with a comment on my Facebook page by Prince। ऊपर किताब भी लिखी है और ये जवाब देंगे आपके सवालों का जो कि आपने हमसे पूछे थे, लेकिन इससे पहले a big shout out to नौशहरा। क्यों? इसलिए क्योंकि हमें ज़ैनुल आबिदीन ने लिखा था और ज़ैनुल आबिदीन नौशहरा में सेकेंड ईयर के स्टूडेंट हैं और कहते हैं कि वो और उनके साथी पाकिस्तान में शामिल होना चाहते हैं क्योंकि वो पाकिस्तान के लिए कुछ करना चाहते हैं। तो ज़ैन और उन जैसे दूसरे तलबा के लिए ये पैगाम है कि वो प्लीज़ कांटेक्ट करें WWF को। WWF का एड्रेस है paak@wwf.org.pk और मैं आप
become a burden in several ways. They could become street litter. They fill up landfills. Landfills are dangerous places. They give off gas, polluted liquids, etc. And of course, once you landfill something, you can't use that material, so you have to use more energy and material resources to produce new products. On the positive side, if you do recycle, you avoid a lot of problems as well as creating the opportunity for value added through the processing and refurbishing of products and materials. The key is collecting the material.
Nakash, and Prince Nakash had said that recycling is a very big issue, especially in Pakistan, because things are not properly recycled and that causes a lot of problems for us. Prince Nakash कह रहे हैं कि पाकिस्तान में recycling ना होने की वजह से health के बहुत से problems हो सकते हैं. So Dr. Selman, my question to you is, how critical is recycling to the health and well-being of a community?
I think it's not only critical, but it's fundamental for two reasons. As you indicated in your initial quote, if you don't take care of these materials, they become
ज़बरदस्त ट्रीट लेकर आ रहे हैं। एक स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं जो जवाब देंगे उन सवालों के जो आपने हमसे पूछे थे। ये गेस्ट कौन है? इनका नाम है डॉक्टर नील सेल्टमैन और वो अमेरिका में रिसाइकलिंग के एक एक्सपर्ट हैं और कम्युनिटी लेवल पर सस्टेनेबल रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट के एक एक्सपर्ट माने जाते हैं। इन्होंने अमेरिका में गुज़श्ता 50 साल के अरसे में रिसाइकलिंग की मुहिम